Welcome back to the New York Musical Theater Festival. Joining us now is Executive Director Chris Stewart. Thanks for taking time out.
Thank you.
Of a very busy week, I'm sure. Tell me how this theater festival came to be.
Well, I think for a lot of people, we were surprised that something like this didn't already exist.
There really, I mean, surprisingly enough, there really isn't anything else like it.
They've obviously found a need. People need to have their musicals put up on a stage very quickly to be seen in this world.
Sometimes when good ideas happen and it's so immediately obvious that you can't figure out why it hadn't happened before, I think that's the sense of this festival.
So many people came to New York because from around the world and around America because they love musical theatre. It's the home for musical theatre. So I think, the time was right for a festival like this to take place.
Why didn't you start it sooner?
I think everything has its time. I think that the need for it is kind of its greatest now. I think that maybe 30 years ago there were other things that were taking its place, but I think right now that there's a real change that's happening in musical theatre.
Yeah, I think it's a very smart festival to bring up right now when Broadway is really going through changes and an uncertain future.
And it goes through phases, and this is an incredibly productive and wonderful time for musical theater. I think the success of shows like Hairspray and the producers are making people want to write them. And I think that there is a training that a lot of these people have in this festival, that it's a really solid training that they have, and they're getting to, they're getting to express themselves in this really beautiful form.
We are the Altar Boys.
Talk to me quickly about Altar Boys. Did you know last year when they auditioned for the festival, were you like, that's it, that's the show?
I mean, I don't think you can ever know. What happened with Altar Boys is on the page we thought, this is kind of funny, this is kind of a really interesting idea, If this went right for it and if that went right for it, this could be a really successful show. With Altar Boys, they got an amazing cast together, they got an amazing creative team. It was when we were sitting in the theatre on opening night and you finally saw them up and dancing that you thought, things you couldn't see on the page, you thought, this is going to be a really successful show.
We came out of the box and we were, the first show to kind of make the jump into a commercial off-Broadway success. So absolutely, we were able to kind of stamp it as well. I mean, I'm sure there are many people, out there submitting shows going, wow, I hope I can, get on the same track as Altar Boys. We were doing a lot on our own, but it really helps when you have the muscle of someone else saying, hey, instead of me having to, beg for people to come see my show, the festival was saying, we've selected this piece. And it's important and you should see it.
Where do you see the festival going in the years to come?
I think one of the things that's really important to us is not that we're just waiting for shows to arrive in the mail. It's not just we want to be an open forum for shows to be submitted, and a lot were this year. We really like the idea of being proactive, of commissioning shows, of going out there and getting things written. Now, it's only by doing some of those things that this stuff can happen. Sometimes it's by just saying to someone, there's going to be a theatre in 8 weeks' time, we're going to be switching the lights on and your show needs to be ready. One of the things that I think is really important for us in the future is to be taking a real active role in that. It's just getting more stuff up there and written for the festival.
I think the breadth of it and the kind of variety of shows that is presented is pretty good, and my hope would simply be that it would continue to entrench itself.
I can definitely see them having a wing that's specifically devoted to new writers, a kind of development. Okay, you want a show to be in your festival, well, here's kind of a curriculum and seminars and classes to help you get to that phase. We don't have enough of those in the city. It's funny because musical theater is one of the very few things that America can claim as its own. Yet we don't have as many institutions or programs that help foster people to do it. So I really see that over the next, it's going to grow and grow and grow and grow as far as the number of submissions, the quality of work, the number of artists that it's going to attract, and also what they're going to be able to do to those artists, in helping them continue to get their work out there.
It's the second year, so it's still growing and defining itself. I think anytime you get a chance to be in New York City performing live theater, live musical theater, is great. That's why I live here. This is why I live here. This is why I moved here so long ago to do this.
Thank you, Chris, so much for joining us. We have to take a break now, but before we do, let's take a look at a show from this year's festival called No Boundaries.
That's what's up. You look
There's a lot of love in this story, and it's all based on things that are going on today. You know, as far as racism or whatever. You know, it's that whole conflict, and I mean, it's basically taking that and making something incredibly positive about it, you know? Showing that there are no boundaries to anything, and, you know, everyone's the same. We all bleed red.
The story, the manner in which it's written, the nature of the music, it's very contemporary. There's a lot of edge. It's very gritty. It's got, it talks about identity and race and all the cultural cross-currents, and they're willing to embrace some of these non-traditional things, and I think that that's pretty, you know, that's part of what will enhance it for the public.
All right, that's how I am. I'll say. I want some of that. Really? Bustin' the move and the girl. Hey, trying to rock her world. Hey, shoot for the moon. Hey, never a moment too soon. Hey. Am I all that? What will she really think? Will he